Well, time to put the spotlight then on Razorpay. The company has recently launched its first international payment gateway for the Malaysian market. This is with Curlec, which is now known as Curlec by Razorpay. Joining in on the show to discuss that as well as lots more is Shashank Kumar. He's the managing director and co-founder at Razorpay India. Shashank, so good to have you on board. Now, it was in the month of February of last year that you acquired that majority stake in Curlec at a valuation of about $20 million. Take us through the latest details then of this international payment gateway in Malaysia.
Thanks a lot. So, you know how Razorpay has built a significant capability on payments acceptance side in India, very robust infrastructure, something that can scale very well, and obviously it provides great experience to customers. And our belief is that the problems that we are solving for India is applicable globally, especially to a lot of emerging economies, right, which behave in a similar fashion. And that's where we started looking out for our international expansion, and we honed into Southeast Asia as the next geography where we want to go deeper. And among the various countries in Southeast Asia, I think Malaysia is something that sort of stood out for us for a very friendly environment, and also we found a very good team, Curlec there, which obviously we acquired a majority stake in last year. So after last 1 year of acquisition and working together with the Curlec team on the ground, I think yesterday is when we finally launched a brand new payment gateway in Malaysia, Curlec by Razorpay, where we expect to provide the same kind of product solutions with a lot of localization and local payment instrument support to the businesses on the ground in Malaysia, and supporting them in their growth journey, right? So I think the customers in Malaysia now will get the best of both worlds, like world-class payment systems with very localized support and local partner, and I think that will take up the payment infrastructure experience in the country a notch higher.
Yes, indeed, Shashank, and I believe you're pretty busy currently in Malaysia itself, of course, working out the nitty-gritties of this very big venture. So thanks for taking the time out. But I also wanted to understand what the game plan is in terms of this Curlec payment gateway. How many businesses in Malaysia do you aim to reach over the next few years? What kind of outlook do you have on your gross transaction value as well?
So I think today we have just launched, and we are serving like a dozen customers, but we expect to serve more than 5,000 customers like in the next couple of years, and these are mostly like medium, mid-scale and large enterprises, and we'll also serve like thousands of freelancers and SME companies, and just in terms of transaction volume, I think we are aiming for scaling up to 10 billion ringgits, which is about like $2 to $2.5 billion annually by 2025. Which will be like a significant portion of the digital payments market in the country.
Okay, fair enough. So are there any more plans to develop these kind of payment gateways across other countries? Have you zeroed in on any plans as of now, or is it just focused on Malaysia at the time being?
Right. So I think the exciting revolution that has happened in India around if you look at UPI, right? That's a real-time payment systems. And if you look at various emerging economies, they have similar goals. Like they're very focused on driving financial inclusion. They're very focused on driving digitization and taking advantage of mobile and internet penetration to bring the consumer base onto digital payments and digital finance economy. And last but not the least, all of them want to invest in their local real-time payments infrastructure. So, you see like UPI in India, do it now in Malaysia, then you have PromptPay in Thailand, Pay Now in Singapore. So these are like similar real-time payment systems, and they want to have a healthy mix, a healthy balance of local payment instruments and international payment rails in their country. So I think as Razorpay, we have experience in dealing with like working with the regulator and the local banks, and also handling like a variety of payment complexities and make it like very easy for businesses. And I think that's the experience that we want to take to the world at this point of time. Like we feel ready with the scale that we have built in India to be able to support that in various countries, right? And that's where I think I would say like Malaysia is a start. It's a good start. And it should act as a hub for us to go deeper into other countries in Southeast Asia. And hopefully you should see more from us, in the next 1.5 years, as we take the next steps.
I just wanted to understand how the overall competitive landscape is looking like right now, Shashank, given the fact that you do have the likes of a PhonePe, which has entered the POS device market. So there were already existing players who had a strong foothold. Is the competitive intensity increasing? Is that a bit worrying? Or do you think that there's room for all?
I think the payments market in India is still growing at a very good clip. We expect annually like 20 to 30% growth of digital payments market happening. And the whole story of offline to online payments, cash to digital payments is still going fairly strong in the country. And the competitive landscape sort of seesaws a little bit. So I think there were like 30, 40 players in 2015, then it came down to like a dozen, and then again, like you see more players entering right now. So I think it'll keep the cycle of like consolidation expansion will keep going on. I generally expect there'll be more consolidation in the payment space in future. The current environment sort of notwithstanding, but there'll be like 10, 12 serious payment players in the long term across online and offline payments operating the country. And I think the space is diverse and competitive to sort of allow for that healthy competition to exist. But last but not the least, like for all the players, be it Razorpay or PhonePe and others, I think everyone is sort of focused on developing new age value-added services that provides a lot more support to the business than pure play vanilla payment gateway. And that's where I think a lot of innovation will happen in the future.
And there's been a lot of focus really on the development of technology and how AI really is going to leverage the overall system. I just want to understand a little bit more about how you guys are looking at AI being integrated at Razorpay.
I think AI is sort of a fairly overused term and kind of encompasses a very wide set of meaning. Even before the current AI buzz that's been there, I think from the start we have been leveraging AI and machine learning for solving for our end customer goals, right? So right from onboarding to fraud management to downtime management to routing transactions, solving for customer support with like an intelligent chatbot, helping developers integrate payment gateway with a intelligent agent, right? I think there are various parts of a payments operation at scale that can be made a lot more efficient with AI, right? So for us, I think AI is like a part of our tool set that we exercise for every goal that we have, and we can definitely continue leveraging it. And I think the new age developments that have happened in AI, I think will further push the envelope on that and will help us keep sharpening our products further. But for us, honestly, it's BAU. Like we continue to be very excited about AI as earlier, and we continue to invest heavily in it.
Give us a sense as to what the outlook is currently in terms of your transaction volume and how you're looking at ramping that up.
I think we, last financial year we did more than like $100 billion of throughput in terms of payment volumes, and I think we are expecting like further growth on that. So in terms of payment volumes or revenue, I think we should grow further like 50 to 60% from there year on year. And I think we should be able to share more updates on that, like as we get closer to the financial year end.
Okay. Give us a sense as to what the outlook is when it comes to your projections for revenue growth, because there has been steady growth so far. Do you think that you can extrapolate that steady growth down the line as well?
I think the broad set of products that we have brought in the market, if you look at it, right, like, from our wide set of online payment products, be it the payment gateway or the no-code tools around payment links, payment pages, the recent acquisition that we did around offline payments of EasyTap, right, which helped us go deeper on the offline payment side with the POS devices, where we continue to serve a lot of government customers and enterprise customers, and we continue to like onboard multiple merchants and supply POS devices, right? Then if you look at our international expansion, I think we are again continue to be very bullish on it. And last but not the least, like the set of new age banking products that we provide, banking plus services is what we call it, around payroll management, vendor payments, etc. Honestly, I think we continue to be very bullish on the growth of India itself and the demand for financial tools for businesses in a sort of sector agnostic fashion. I think we continue to project like at minimum like 50-60% annual growth happening year on year, and I think we should be on track to deliver that.
Okay, and give us a little bit more perspective then as to how the payment gate, how the financial services segment is looking at. That was something that you ventured in a while ago. How are things shaping up there?
I think the financial services market continue to be extremely dynamic, right? On one hand, we have the big news of HDFC Bank and HDFC merging together, and that's obviously created a like sort of a mega entity which is delivering financial services on the ground to a lot of sectors of the economy, right? But at the same time, we continue to see a lot of new age fintech players, and traditional NBFCs is continuing to innovate and deliver financial products like personal loans, very innovative financial products. And while personal loans is sort of an old product, but how do you deliver it at scale on mobile quickly within minutes? So there's a lot of work happening on that front, and across whether it's like personal loans or a new age credit card, or if you take like brokerage and mutual funds as a sector, I think we continue to see significant amount of activity in those sectors. And while whatever is happening in the startup world from a broader slowdown perspective, I think these are some of the sectors that continue to be very vibrant, and we are very excited in terms of seeing how far these sectors are able to go through in like next couple of years. And obviously as Razorpay, we partner with most of them for providing infrastructure level pieces for their operations. And I think we continue to expect anywhere between 30 to 50% growth in that sector across fintech and traditional companies.
Shashank, it's been a pleasure having you on board. Thanks so much for joining in and sharing with us your outlook.
Thanks a lot.